last chance. It's working. Good. It's working this time. So we are live, as always, through restream both on YouTube and Twitch. Pick whichever poison you prefer. And I mean, hopefully this is a thing that's happening right now, because I still don't see anything happening. It was supposed to start at like 6:55. Oh, it's 7 actually. But there's still nothing happening. I have both Twitch and YouTube open just in case. But yeah, we should be getting more news on Borderlands today, which was weird because they didn't say it in the stream. Well, they didn't say it in the video we got, the overview we got last week during the PS5 State of Play. But yeah, on that Twitter channel, on that X page, they did mention that there's going to be more information today. And so we'll be doing this in priority, and we'll see how long it is. If we move into Lords of the Fallen or not. If there's still time, I should say. Really. Well, this is a live stream and clearly we have the time, so thank you to Decon Stream Boss, Nutty Play. Check out this girl's incredible art and animation in the description below on YouTube. Thank you to my current subscribers and Patreons, Crash Psycho, Greenview, and of course Nutty Play herself. Goddamn my timing.
That is fantastic. I hope you all are doing well.
Let's see which is faster.
Sorry, I just always think, wow, there are so many people here. This is fantastic. Thank you for making time for Gearbox, and we love seeing you all. Whether you're here in the
fucking
hall
ads.
or whether you're watching online, you're a part of our community, a part of our Gearbox family, and we love seeing you all. I will tell you, this show has a particular special meaning for me, apart from the fact that I just love PAX in general. I have been out of the office for the past few months. My husband and I had our first child. So I have been on paternity leave, and I just came back from paternity leave like 48 hours ago. So it's like, oh my gosh. And I tell you what, I sort of have a
God damn, Twitch.
And I'm being completely serious.
That many ads,
You
eh?
see a picture of my kid? Hey, Sean, can we load up that picture of my kid? And if you think I'm kidding, that is absolutely her. She is a sweetheart, and she makes my world go round, and she's the best. But, and while I could keep showing you pictures of my little girl all day long, why don't we talk about some video games? How about that?
Yes, I thought that's what we were here for.
We have got an incredible show for you all today. We've got some great people here from the Risk of Rain 2
Which
team.
is ridiculous with these
About,
adverts. God
right.
damn.
We're going to be talking about what's going on with that incredible game that I love playing so much. But we also have a whole group of folks here from the Borderlands 4 team. How about that State of Play? Was that State of Play with Sony? Awesome. That was an amazing show. Serious. But we've got a great group of folks who are going to be doing. Hey, Sean, can we load up that picture?
Oh, that's behind. Which is behind?
Community online, as well as people in the audience. And we've got Randy here, who's going to be doing a giveaway. So I'm excited about that. Stay with us for
Let's see.
Roger and Bruno from our Risk of Rain 2 team. Roger and Bruno?
No, it's a bit forward this one.
Whoa, what a crowd. Lovely to see y'all.
Crazy.
Hi, I'm Bruno Fontanetti, lead designer for Risk of Rain 2.
And I'm Roger Court, technical
Oh, I
director
guess
for
it's-
Risk of Rain 2.
Oh man, I'm so excited to be here.
I see, so there's going to be a review
Okay,
for
since
Borderlands
Hopu
4,
Games
but
and Gearbox
more info,
first
but
launched
it's
Risk of Rain
Gearbox
2
as
in
a
early
whole
access right here
today.
at PAX, it's been so exciting to see over 10 million people engage with Lemurians, Wisps, and the adorably squishy Gups.
Now, for the uninitiated, let's bring you up to speed. Risk of Rain is a fast-paced, third-person shooter roguelike where up to 4 friends are dropped onto a hostile alien planet and forced to survive as long as possible. The catch? Time is your enemy. The longer you play, the harder it gets. You choose from a roster of up to 16 unique playable survivors, each with their own playstyle, and battle increasingly difficult enemies across dozens of environments. It's all about finding loot, stacking wild power-ups, and balancing risk versus reward
Gearbox.
as you either try to escape the planet or stick around and press your luck for ever longer, crazier runs. Most of the time, though, you're gonna die.
That's true. Diving into Risk of Rain 2, one quickly finds out that death is only the beginning. Every playthrough has the potential to unlock powerful new survivors, items, artifacts, all in purpose of the next run. Now, think adrenaline, chaos, and strategy rolled up all into
Okay,
one
just
death-defying
checking
experience.
everything's working there.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's still me, sorry.
A little more.
Wow.
After the early access update, Risk of Rain 2, we went into full release 1.0. Then, a year after, we had the anniversary update where we had Bandit and a slew of other content. To be honest, Multi's best skill came out of that. And then after that, we had Gearbox and Hopu Games combined together to go straight into the DLCs.
I want to see the comments.
Survivors of the
Oh,
Void was
YouTube
a
doesn't
huge
have
content
comments.
boost for the game. It added
Lol.
2 playable survivors, Railgunner and Void Fiend, along with new stages, new enemies, a new final boss, and over 40 new items, including corrupted Void variants that can totally flip the way your build plays. The DLC also introduced the Simulacrum, a wave-based... oh man, I always forget this one. Let me see. An endless,
Hey.
wave-based... something or other. It's a
Romance.
simulacrum. It's cool.
Romance.
For those that want a purer form of multiplayer chaos. Now, a year ago, we released our second expansion, Seekers of the Storm. This time bringing 3 new survivors.
I kind of
along
feel
with,
bad for these other
a
games.
branching route
I don't know if there's
to
gonna be
complete the
multiple other
known as
games, but
Path of
I
the
mean,
Colossus.
most people would be
This
watching
is a
for
multi-stage
Borderlands.
track that scales a giant
But-
statue and includes new stages, new items, new enemies, and
Who knows,
elite
maybe even
types,
these games
and
could be
culminates in
interesting.
a new final boss
But-
challenge.
That's awesome.
Borderlands.
So earlier this week, we released Phase 3 of the improvement updates. Phase 1 being the items, where we overhauled all of them in conjunction with the community, ensuring that we increased the fun, improved the balance, and created new synergies between old and new items. Then we moved on in March to Phase 2, which was the False Sun
Guess it
boss
would be
fight and
better
its
to
redesign.
change the title
Making
unless
sure
I
that encounter had a glow up
cut
and was
out everything
polished and
else
compelling,
that's not
all while
Borderlands.
keeping the challenge that Risk of Rain players love. And then finally, Phase 3, the Survivor update. Seeker, False Sun, and Chef. All their skills got a massive update and glow up. And we also added multiple new abilities so that players have more
Risk of
choice
Rain
and
2.
creativity in their runs.
Now, we're super proud of the work that went into those updates, as well as the reception we've received from fans and our community.
Let's see
If you
what
haven't already, we
happens
truly believe
after this
there's never been a
game.
better time to play Risk of Rain 2.
I see.
Now, I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of content. But believe me, we're far from finished. Fans have been asking us,
25
what's next
Swiss
for Risk
francs
of
for
Rain
that.
2? And today I'd like to share with you all a sneak peek.
About $30. We'll see if the next game is not Borderlands. I'll have to change the title. Ay, ay. Not sure that was the best way to present this game.
Wow. That looks so good. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. All right. So now, first off, thank you, Roger Bruno. That was great. Now I want to bring onto the stage two of my best friends from Gearbox. Please put your hands together for Randy Pitchford, founder of Gearbox Entertainment, and Andrew Reiner, our Global Chief Creative Officer.
Okay, he has the Borderlands 4 t-shirts.
Hello, gents.
Hello.
Hi.
Good.
Randy, how's your
We
PAX
get into
going?
business.
Oh my God! You guys haven't? Who's played Risk? Has anybody played Risk of Rain 2? Like, holy
No.
shit! The game, like for a humble, dude, this is like they're $25, man. Just do it. It's freaking great. I'm addicted to this game. This humble little thing that and there's like 10 million people that have jumped on. If you haven't tried it yet, you owe it to yourself to check it out. It's freaking awesome.
Maybe.
I freaking love it. And I'm here right now with you guys. We're here together.
Yeah.
And I get to talk about Borderlands 4.
Reiner, how's your PAX?
I'm having an absolute blast. I love this show. PAX is one of the best shows. I've been going to video game shows since 1995.
Get to the
PAX is
point!
one of the best in embracing the community and bringing gamers together. It's so much fun to just sit and talk
God damn,
games
the
with all of you
yapping.
and seeing all the cosplay. Look at this front row.
I'll let you guys get to it. Have a great conversation.
No.
Yeah. Are we doing
We
this?
have most of the Vault Hunters here. This is great.
Yeah, holy shit. Look
The
at
bad
that.
guys
Oh my
over
God, you
here.
guys look amazing.
This is trouble over here.
I want
I've
some
been getting the
photos of
fucking
you guys
ads
later.
with
Is that cool?
Steam. Not
Awesome.
Steam.
Awesome.
Twitch.
Hell yeah. Hell
Like,
yeah.
calm
right.
down.
All
we
right,
get to
let's
it?
do it. Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
So
Who
just
got-
a little table
Oh, he had the
setting
fall.
here.
Yeah, that was the.
You know, we recently released the PlayStation State of
suits.
Play Showcase. Deep dive, 20 minutes, giving you a primer of what the game is. Today we're going to go a little deeper
Yes.
into the game and
Yes.
kind of show you some of the things you've been asking questions about.
This
I
is what
actually
everybody
have
was
community
been here
questions
for.
that I got online that we'll be asking as we go about this. But it's not just going to be Randy and me talking today. We have developers from Gearbox here. The team's hard at work on the game right now, but they took some time to answer your questions and be here with you today. So please give
would
a
hope
warm,
so.
loud welcome to April Johnson, our Associate Narrative Director.
Narrative director, so if the story is shit,
Thurston, Lead Game Designer.
so if the mechanics are shit,
Grant Cow, Associate Creative Director.
it's okay, we'll see.
You guys ready?
We're so
Super ready.
Are you guys ready? Dude, before,
What?
we moved the date up. Did you guys see that?
Yes.
When does that ever happen? Everybody was like, "Oh yeah, GTA 6." Like, dude, we had no idea. We discovered when you guys did. We've got this, you guys. This game is in great shape. We're cooking. We are cooking. We are cooking. We are cooking.
Yeah, baby.
All right, sorry, Reiner. Go ahead.
Oh
Let me ask you a
god
question
damn
first,
it.
Randy. So, yeah, stay on the edge of your seat here. This is an intense question. No, you've been involved
Finally.
in every Gearbox release so far.
God damn.
That's every Borderlands game, of course. Brothers in Arms.
Yeah.
You even worked on like Half-Life game, Duke Nukem. You've seen it all. You've done it all. How do you feel at this moment in time where we're at with Borderlands 4?
It's pretty good. We're on offense, you guys. Look.
What do you
sometimes
mean?
We're like white knuckling to the landing, you know. And look, we got a lot of work to do. We're working our asses off, but the momentum is insane. The velocity is insane. I don't think we've ever been in a better spot this far from launch as we are right now with Borderlands 4. And I'm really, really stoked because I kind of need a game like this right now, you know? I kind of need this. So
What do you
I'm
mean
stoked
by
to
that?
Play it. I just can't wait to get it done so we can all play together.
Okay,
You guys
to
wanna
play
together?
it.
Yeah.
He should be careful with his choice of words because it sounds like he needs the money,
Go back to the end
not
of
just the
Borderlands 3,
game.
kind of connect the dots for people. Just spend a few seconds
Oh,
before we get
damn.
to the new stuff, setting the story, Randy. Lilith teleported Elpis away. Why did she do that? What was the purpose of this?
Yeah, so like with the numbered sequels, we're on a continuum with a story, and at the end of Borderlands 3, everything that we knew
Killed
was
off
at
way
stake.
too many good characters.
Pandora itself, the planet that everybody lived on, was a vault, and the moon of Elpis was the key. And if the key went into the vault, Lilith and all of her friends would die. So she effectively sacrificed herself to save everyone and bamfed Elpis away.
Spoilers for Borderlands 3.
Where did it go? And now we know. It went to this other place on the other side of the galaxy, a new place that we call Chyros.
But they want to sell this one anyways.
In April, this is a community question that I saw online. Where are the rest of the Crimson Raiders?
So the rest of the Crimson Raiders, they just cannot give up on Lilith. There's always this hope for them. So they have split up trying to find her throughout the galaxy. So we haven't seen the end of them, but we're going to get to visit with some of them in Borderlands 4.
And we know the Timekeeper is our big bad in Borderlands 4.
Boy, howdy.
And he rules Chyros with an iron fist, or a golden fist, but we don't know much about him, his motivations. Can you walk us through who the Timekeeper is?
So the Timekeeper wants everything under control. He doesn't want anything to deviate from his vision of what Chyros needs to be. And to maintain that control, he does what, you're gonna do, which is planet-wide propaganda, outlawing vault hunting, doesn't want anything to do with vault hunters. And, if you're gonna do it, you might as well have a massive unyielding army, which is our Order army, and then, you could get a cybernetic implant, put that in everybody's back, and, just control them into submission. So yeah, he holds Chyros very tightly, and he is clever and he is calculating. But when Elpis comes in and is basically like knocking on the door of the Veil of Chyros,
Breaking down the door.
very rudely, we might see the Timekeeper struggling to maintain that control. And you get a couple of Vault Hunters involved.
The dude's had it locked down for like thousands of years.
Thousands.
And suddenly, some punk ass Vault Hunters show up and wreck his shit. He's not cool with that.
So what's happening on the surface now that Elpis is here?
So now that Elpis is here, the people of Chyros didn't really have anything other than abject control in their lives. And so when Elpis comes in, these people see the stars, like the reality of the stars for the first time. And they start to go, what if there's more? And of course, there's always the first. So someone took the risk of ripping the bolt out of their spine and out of their neck and encouraged everyone to seek that same freedom. Now, the risk of that is you might have a little bit of a personality change, or you might just vomit and die. High risk, high reward, as we say in the business. So we're going to see a lot of unique personalities and how ripping out these bolts has affected the community. And you're also going to see how the pressure of remaining under this control, where there's hope and where people are trying to find each other to escape this and make Chyros better for them. As good as you can get shit in the Borderlands.
Yeah.
Let's dive into our Vault Hunters. We have 4 new ones in this game. And I'm going to ask this to both April and Nick.
All the
April,
pals.
talk about who they are, and Nick, maybe give us some new tidbits on gameplay.
Yeah.
Let's start with Vex the Siren. She's not your typical Siren.
She's not. Vex is a bit newer to her siren powers.
Yeah.
And she didn't always have a lot of the best situations growing up. And she knows that a lot of bad things happen, even if you're a good person. And with this sort of awakening of her siren powers, she can finally do something about it. And where that sort of manifests for her is a little spooky and a little cool.
Yeah, we had
And
already
if
seen
you're
it.
gonna,
Oh, she can even have a gun
kick some
clone.
bad guys in the teeth, you might as well do it with a bunch of Reapers and a big kitty cat.
Yeah, like you already said, she's definitely the spookiest siren we've ever had. She's the first siren that can physically manifest physical beings into existence, right? Like you saw her phase cat Trouble. She can summon Reapers and Specters, which is her third action skill that we'll talk about in a
All
little
very
bit.
cool.
And she's also the first siren who focuses a lot on kinetic damage. She can actually switch between all the elements, but there's a heavy hook there for those of you who enjoy like lifesteal or draining the souls of your enemies.
Good.
So that's pretty cool.
We shall.
In April, from the first day I saw our cat in the game, it was named Trouble. Like,
Yeah.
there wasn't a placeholder name.
Nope.
I wrote, I was like, that shouldn't change. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Where did that name come from?
I don't know, Nick. Where did that name come from?
So Graham, the creative director, kind of always told me that every good witch has a good cat by her side, a good cat familiar. And I have a good cat familiar at home too. His name is Trouble, and I just kind of put it in the game. I'm like, I'm gonna name him after my cat. So it just kind of stuck. And
I'm not
I'm
mad.
pretty happy
It's a
about
good
it.
name.
Hey, Nick, let me
The
ask
real
you this.
trouble.
Do you think we could get your other cat's name in a Borderlands game?
My other cat's
Insanely
named Nisha.
nice.
Okay, fair.
So already taken.
All right, let's dive into Rafa. His backstory is really wild.
Rafa.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Breaking
Rafa grew up
bones.
in microgravity, and this had a permanent effect on his bones, his muscles, his organs. So he would struggle to live anywhere else, which sort of isolated him, and he has got a lust for life and wants to be out there and doing things. So along comes Tedior and gives him this exosuit. And because Tedior is going to Tedior, he could die at any moment. The suit could kill him. So ironically, the thing that gave him the ability to explore the universe and the world and like have this big life is also this thing that could kill him. But he just rolls with it. He lives every moment to the fullest, and he's playful and energetic and charming, and he's really kinetic as like a vault hunter. And that's really reflected in his dialogue. I mean, he's so charming that even the enemies have things to say about that. And I think that like fluidity and
That
his
would be fun.
movement, you can really see that in his skill trees and his action skills.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why
I mean,
not showing
like
the
you
skill
said,
trees and
charisma
action
kill, he used
skills?
that as a weapon, but unfortunately,
least
it
the
doesn't
action
do much.
skills.
So instead, he has energy blades. He's got laser guns. He's got shoulder-mounted cannons that some of our fans at home already spotted in the previous trailer. And yeah, he's easily our most agile vault hunter to date, and we're really excited for
What's
folks
his
to
third ability?
equip some energy blades and get slicing.
All right, and Harlow is also an interesting character.
Fuck!
In science, technology, but has a connection to a well-known Borderlands family.
So, as some of you rowdy, wonderful fans noticed, Harlow is part of the Trant family.
Huh.
And you can imagine, if you heard that 40 to 50 times a day, you would also pick up a book on theoretical physics. And so Harlow is joyful and brilliant, and she's got 5 PhDs, and she has this force of will and
Wouldn't
this
have thought she
drive.
was from that family.
And why not use all that brains and that creativity to just bend gravity to your will?
Yeah, I mean, scientists love to learn new things, especially when that means imploding or exploding your enemies. New ways to do that.
They're not gonna
right?
show us the skills, are
We've already
they?
seen her, destruct. in
Only
this,
Vex
giant
is
apparatus that
ready.
Fires like a disco ball of destruction. It's pretty
Hey.
cool. She can lift her enemies and slam them into the ground, and she even has quite a few gadgets that we haven't quite shown you guys yet, but they're pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
I hoped you would show them
All right,
today.
And Amon, he is apparently a part of a vault hunter worshiping clan, or vault
He
monster
was.
worshiping clan. Tell us about him.
They got
But I will
fucked.
tell you that if you are
by the
going to
monster.
worship vault monsters and decide to open a vault, that's not going to go well.
Yeah.
And so unfortunately for Amon, he lost his entire family, he lost his spouse, he lost his friends, his community, and he sort of harnesses this deep grief to decide, well, you know what, a vault monster took something from me, so I'm gonna kill every last one of them. And he is a big, beefy daddy, but I will say there's also this really beautiful warrior poet side to him, and he wants to find community and connection, and he's just so single-mindedly focused on literally and figuratively forging his body into a weapon.
Yeah, and I mean, other than forging his body, he also has what we call forge drones that live in his spine and the side of his arm.
Huh.
He is literally able to psychically control them and manifest them into all kinds of weapons.
Oh,
I mean,
so
he's got a
that's what
sword, he's got an
how it
axe, he's
works.
got a hammer, he's got a shield, he's got a spear, he's got a whip.
This is a long list.
He's got everything that you might expect from a sci-fi Viking, because that's pretty, it's pretty great.
And Randy, let's focus on the planet Chyros a little bit. What can players expect as they're traversing this world?
Oh yeah. Well, look, it's if you're like a human living on Earth and you want to like go someplace safe,
This is not.
Chyros sucks.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucking dead. Like, it's everything will kill you out there. If you're a Vault Hunter, it's awesome because nobody gives a shit if you kill dudes and take their loot. It's also unbelievably amazing. There's incredible vistas and the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, and a range of different atmospheres. Now, some parts are pretty locked down. You know, the Timekeeper did get a hold of this place, and he's got his tamed center of the planet where he commands and controls everything. But out in the wilds, it's nuts. And also, even in that area, it's not safe unless you are, you know, on the side of the Order. So for a Vault Hunter, it's just everything's possible. And this is the biggest, by far, universe that we've built, and it's seamless.
Bigger than Borderlands 3.
Just you see something in anywhere on the screen, a mile away, up in the sky, you will be able to get there.
Yeah. And Grant,
That was the first
we have
new bit of
dynamic weather
information we got.
systems. Walk us through what players can expect.
Yeah, and Chyros, there will be a myriad of different storms, from rain to thunder to snow and dust. They won't have a direct impact on gameplay, like your damage is going to increase or decrease because you're in the rain, but you will have vision obscurity, you will see some things harder and some things that are easier to see. So just be prepared and go out and kick some butt.
And Chyros is huge. You know, this is a fun place to explore. We're going to have story missions all over the place, but there's other things that you can do in the world. Grant, walk us through some of those as well.
As players go through Chyros, they will have a myriad of things to kind of encounter, ranging from dynamic world bosses to NPCs that need help. All of these are just like loot chases, so anytime you do any of these, you'll be rewarded with good loot and like a loot chest and stuff. So be sure to stop and help the locals, be sure to kill the badasses that spawn, and try to fight the bosses that try to kill you.
And Randy, in our State of Play showcase, vaults were mentioned. Plural, what does that mean?
Plural is plural. Yes, there are vaults. Yes. You want me to give it all up right now? Yeah. One shoulder at a time, baby.
I'm a former journalist. I got to do it. And as I just said, Chyros is huge. How are we getting around?
Well, you know, you can do what you used to do, run and walk, and but there's a whole lot of new stuff. You could jump, of course, and you could double jump, and you could climb, and you could glide, and you could grapple. And one of the, you know, we've had some big environments in the past, but we've always, when we've wanted to traverse longer distances, you know, you've gone to a vehicle station and gotten in your truck or your car or whatever you're into. We kind of came up with this idea, like, what if I can just use Digistruct technology to bring my personal vehicle to me at any time, anywhere. And it's awesome. Like, I can just get on a bike and cook. And there's so many cool chassis and tons of customizations that you'll collect and loot. And it's freaking fun to just grab that. And if that's not cool enough for you, then you can grapple too and go. And that's fun. There's a lot of ways to get around.
So far, not much
and I
new.
spent a lot of
however.
time reading feedback from the State of Play. And one thing people are honing in on is the compass. And there's also, you know, this legacy of a mini map. Why do you think the compass is the way to go here for Borderlands 4?
And you're looking at me like you're going to throw the hard shit at me.
I'm giving you the hard one. Yeah.
All right. Well, look. Here's the deal. You guys haven't played the game yet. You know, obviously, when we did Borderlands 1, we didn't have a mini map, and we added it in Borderlands 2. And we noticed that there's some people online going like, "Wait, we haven't seen a mini map in what you've shown so far. What's going on there?" I'll tell you the deal. I'll just be straight with you. We made a big frickin' world, and a lot of the things you do can be local space, but a lot of the things you do or want to do are out there. And a local space map is not a good way
to represent
navigate
this.
when you're thinking about
But
objectives and opportunities, several at the same time that might be miles away. And a compass really helps us do that. The other thing that the team really wanted to commit to, these guys are awesome, and they want to push the boundaries of design and environment. Instead of just a single flat plane, they embraced a lot of verticality. You're going to have more verticality.
You had a 3D mini map in Borderlands 3.
Borderlands game by far. And when you have a layered environment,
Yeah.
A top-down two-dimensional view is extremely confusing. But with a compass, with
You had a 3D map in Borderlands 3!
you have a much better sense of spatial awareness. And we want you to play the game and not play the map. So we made a commitment, and we put all of that investment into this compass system. And you still have the big map. It's one click away. And we put more cool stuff in there than we've ever done before. We even have like an AI-driven kind of navigation system.
There was
that'll give
a
you a GPS on the big
3D
map
map.
to
You
show
could
you the line
move
where
and
you
see
can go.
things in 3
And there's even
dimensions
an
in Borderlands
in-world,
3.
companion.
It was incredible.
Echo bot that has some features there.
Even the
that'll help you
mini-map
navigate,
had it
and
for that
there's a
one. What
lot
the
of
fuck?
tools that help you navigate. And look, we're open
See?
to think
Minimap
about things in the
3D.
future, but play the game first and understand the choices we've made.
No, I do not
You'll-
understand.
You'll see and understand when you realize how big this world is and how playing the game in the world is better than playing the map.
You just mentioned Echo 4, your new little companion, adorable little robot. April and Grant, I'd like to dive deeper into this bot.
Echo 4. So you can see what a charming little dude he is. He's a real chipper, helpful, very, very cute robot. And the animation team at
They might as
Gearbox
well
is
gone the
extraordinary. And the
Elden
work that
Ring
they put
road
into to
there
make
and
him
just put
emote
nothing.
and have this really sweet personality. And I'm going to lean forward and I'm going to look at you and you're going to look at me. I know you don't want to die and fight for your life. I understand that. But I need you to do it just once to see absolutely how sad Echo 4 gets when you die.
Why would you say
Just
that?
do it once for me. That's all I'm asking. But he not only
You just
does a little
destroyed
robot
the
tear when you cry,
surprise.
also actually a very
What?
helpful tool in the game, I guess.
Why would you
Echo
say
4
that?
also controls a lot of your HUD, including giving you
Ay,
options to
ay.
upgrade your SDUs. They also provide your rewards. So those that didn't want to talk
Just
to
do
Lilith
it.
for the 30th time, you can now have your rewards
No.
delivered straight to you from Echo 4.
And you can customize them too, right?
Yeah, you can have
Yeah.
any customizations for Echo 4.
So
yeah.
many, too many. Yeah.
We can't tell you all of them, but there might be some hats involved.
Yeah.
And it's a and it's a companion
They're
navigation.
not showing us the
so
skill.
If you get lost,
Well.
just, your buddy will help you.
They're not showing us the action skills,
Nick,
but
let's dive into
oh,
our
fuck's
guns.
sake.
What can we expect from
see.
our manufacturers this time around?
Are there guns in this game?
There's a few.
Wait a minute.
They're just a little bit.
2 hands this time, yeah.
We have 5 returning favorite manufacturers.
Oh, parts only
Jacobs,
from
Volleyball,
Atlas,
Vladoff,
CV,
Fuel, and Torg.
COV,
Those are our
and
5 returning
Hyperion.
favorites. And then we have 3 brand new ones, the Ripper, Daedalus, and Order.
Yeah, and I mean, and we also have ones that are parts only, right? I mean, we got the Hyperion with the shields, COV, so you can make any gun into a heat gun, and then Atlas, so you can, shoot that sweet tracking dart and go blasting, right?
Yes, there's nothing more satisfying than a homing Torg assault rifle.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And let's
pretty
be
good.
honest, Hyperion guns are only useful for the shield. So
Yeah.
let's stop. I want my shield.
They
on
make
my,
good parts.
I want
Yeah.
my shield on my Maliwan elemental gun. That's what I want.
April, this is a community question. They're asking where Doll is.
So Chyros has been locked off for like thousands and thousands and thousands of like Earth years, right? So nothing really gets in and out with ease. So they're sort of at the mercy of what ship crashed and what parts might be available. So Borderlands is a big, massive universe, so I promise you we probably haven't seen the last of Doll. But I will say, just enough Doll parts did fall. Echo 4 is Doll. So, hey, we gave you a little sweet Doll Echo buddy, so.
Grant, how do the license parts work? This could also be a community question. I've seen a lot of people asking, like, what agency they have with that system.
Yeah.
Yeah, so licensed parts are our way of describing behaviors from all the manufacturers that we love from Borderlands 3 and the ones that we've added.
Can we
to
mod it
Borderlands 4.
ourselves?
So because there are so many behaviors in the game now, we wanted to make sure that guns drop these behaviors in a kind of tiered fashion. There's no crafting in the game. Players can't modify or craft their guns to have specific license parts.
Okay.
They're just drops in the world, and the way they drop is on a tiered system. So from common all the way to legendary, there's different sets of behaviors you can get. Epics having the most behaviors, and legendaries having one less behavior, but having their own unique behavior.
But is it random?
And can every gun have a TDR part that lets you throw it?
Every gun can have a TDR part that could be thrown.
And most guns have something called an underbarrel. This is not something new to the series, but we're leaning into it pretty heavily in this game.
Yeah,
Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, one of the favorite things from Borderlands 3 was adding underbarrels to a lot of our manufacturers. This time around, we're taking it up a notch. Vladoff, again, has like the micro rockets, but that technology has now been licensed by other manufacturers too, so that you can have versions of micro rockets, such as the Jacobs having a micro rocket knife that is attached to the underbarrel of their gun, and they can fire it and it does an exploding shot. This can be coupled with other licensed part behaviors like a TDR thing, so when you throw a Jacobs gun with an underbarrel Vladoff, it'll have shooting micro rockets while flying in the air.
Yeah, but
awesome.
is it random, the drops?
Grant, let's go into enhancements. That's another thing. Like, you're going to be kind of want to round up.
Because if it's random, then it's like any gacha game where you're not sure what you're gonna get.
They come back in the form, they were called artifacts in BL3, and we're calling them enhancements in BL4. They're a way to modify the playstyle. So if you really favor a manufacturer like Jacobs, and you want to have that crit behavior that kind of ricochets the bullet, you can have that on another gun that has a Jacobs license part with the Jacobs enhancement, so that now a Torg with a Jacobs license part can now ricochet their sticky gyro jets on other targets.
And our eagle-eyed community saw something that looks like set bonuses. There's airstrike there. What is that?
Yeah, so for the first time ever, we're adding firmware, which is our Endgame system, and it's one of our Endgame systems to help boost the power of the gear. And as you can see in this screenshot, there's 3 parts to it, and if you can get all 3 parts, you get a big damage or utility increase.
That sounds like gears, like sets to me. That sounds,
Might be.
Might be.
Previously, heavy weapons took up a gear slot, but this has been changed in BL4. How much variety will players find in this new system?
Ordnance is our new revamped slot for grenades and heavy weapons. We no longer want players to kind of hold on to rocket ammo and wait till like one encounter and just pull out their big rocket launcher. Now players can use their heavy weapon, which is on the cooldown, and we can balance that accordingly so that big moments where they want to pull out a big laser beam or rocket launcher or chain gun, they can use it and mow down enemies and don't feel like they have to hoard that ammo or have to go find that ammo to go be able to use it. And in addition, we wanted to make sure that grenades kept their massive impact that they had in previous Borderlands games, but without being able to spam them constantly, so that we had to balance them down to be really low or something like that. So now you can literally throw nuclear bombs with different behaviors, because again, they can have licensed parts too. So you can have like an artillery grenade that summons like a giant nuclear bomb. So
is it random?
Also on cooldowns.
Yeah, so that's a big shift.
Yes.
I guess it is
this
random.
Is another
They're
question
not saying
from the
it.
community. How will shields and grenades work?
So grenades I just explained, but shields, we're also amping them up too. We're adding a new shield type called armor, and that's a more offensive-focused shield type. We wanted to promote that kind of offensive gameplay. So if you're running and gunning and jumping into combat, your armor shield has a chance of regenerating in combat, so that you can be more offensively focused.
In this Borderlands game, Nick, brings more variety to the characters than ever before, our Vault Hunters.
Yeah.
What can we expect from those builds?
I mean, it should be the most diverse builds we've ever seen. The skill trees are like 2 to 3 times, I think, anything we've ever done before.
We already know this.
What's called like a trunk, and then branches that let you specialize more than you've ever been able to do. And like, it's not only my goal that I want to have a Vault Hunter be able to have a unique build for every tree. I want them to be like unique per branch. I want you and your friend to have the same action skill and have meaningfully different builds. And there is more than enough in this game for you.
So we could all have trouble, all 4 of us.
Yeah.
But they're all performing very
completely different.
That's so cool. Randy, these Vault Hunters, I know you love them. What can players expect?
I mean, they're the best ones. we got the best. Look, I'll tell you, this is the simplest way I can talk about our Vault Hunters. My biggest customer is my wife. She loves Borderlands, and when we make her happy, it's a good day for me, and when we don't, it's not. I'm
wondering if that's a good thing.
One Vault Hunter where I'm like, this is definitely going to be Christie's Vault Hunter.
Okay.
A huge amount of personal English on that character. This one's going to be challenging because there are at least 3 that have some variations in builds that are exactly right up the alley of what I know my wife loves, and that's just like a tilt on it. For my own choices, there's two that I'm probably just going to be flipping back and forth between. There's more. I think there's more for every player than there's ever been before because of the sophistication of the skill tree system that we've designed.
How much impact should a spouse have on a game like this?
But there's like layers and nuance and subtlety that as you craft that character towards your own playstyle, you're going to find that, oh, this is me and I feel at home and comfortable. And,
I'm going to see what the comments are
we have
saying.
more optionality than we've ever had before. So it's awesome, but it's
They're
going to
not
be a
saying
tricky choice
anything.
to
Oh yeah.
to it,
Every time I boot it up, I'm like, oh.
I know.
Who do I want to play it?
Well, we've had our like regular play sessions where we're bouncing around too, you know, and that's evidenced by like it's just all really fucking good.
Show us
Nick,
the
let's go a little
fucking
deeper on
skills.
this,
There's no
showing both
point
hunters and
otherwise.
gear working together. For this example, let's focus on Vex and crowd control.
Yeah, so I mean, the third action skill that Vex has is actually called Dead Ringer. We didn't show it off much in the state of play, but eagle-eyed fans have seen a spectral version of Vex wielding a scythe. It's a charge skill that kind of lets you decide to either spawn a Reaper, which will taunt enemies to kind of take the heat off of you, or to summon Spectres, which are the opposite, which they specialize in damage, but they're very fragile. So because of the fact that Vex applies her elemental attunement to whatever she summons, you can do something like, have a Malawan gun that has fire and cryo. You can switch to cryo, make a Reaper, slow down the enemies all around you, so that way they're staying a safe distance, and then switch to fire and just
that's
spawn,
not for me.
another 2 Spectres behind them that'll just light up the enemies. There's so much possibility with Vex and elemental gameplay. It's really exciting.
You could put those anywhere on the battlefield, right? Like,
absolutely, yeah. And by the way, there's at least one class mod that will let you actually pass on your gear to Spectres, which is always pretty exciting.
Damn.
Grant, we talked in the State of Play showcase about gear balance, the rarities mattering again, legendaries.
They're not going to show any more than that.
What did we do? What else have we done to improve the gear chase?
Yeah, because gear now has so many behaviors and they ramp up and they escalate in the amount of things that can happen. We want to make sure that we adjust the complexity so that players aren't bombarded with so many behaviors right off the bat. So we've adjusted the kind of the loot chase so that when players are playing the game, they feel a natural progression of like, oh, okay, I'm adding more things to my gear, I'm adding more things to my gear, so that when they go and express themselves in the combat battlefield, they're not, just being mysteriously overwhelmed with so many things that are happening. And because of that, legendaries now have legendary power. They feel super strong. They come at moments, rare moments that when you open like a red loot chest or you kill a super rare boss, and when you get that unique legendary behavior, you're going to be like, oh, okay, this really changes the way the game plays. So we're reducing the amount of legendaries, but you're going to feel every single legendary when it drops.
Yeah, legendaries are legendary.
Let's
in
spoil
every
one.
sense.
Let's spoil one. Let's give the community one of them. What can we expect?
One of the legendaries that drops from one of the major bosses in the game is called Ruby's Grasp. And Ruby's Grasp is, if you've seen the State of Play showcase, there's a boss with lots of hands, and Ruby's Grasp is just one that just won't let enemies get away. So.
By the way, did you clock the little subtlety there? It dropped from that boss. Does that mean dedicated drops from bosses?
What?
Yes. Yes.
The answer is yes. Yes.
The game will ship with dedicated drops across the whole game. Every boss, every mini
You're not
boss
talking
will
to
have
kids.
Randy, I'm going to throw you the last question here about co-op. And
Kids are not even supposed to play Borderlands.
yeah. What does it mean to Borderlands 4? What have we done that's a little different this time?
Co-op is a religion to us. Here's the thing. It's so awesome that Borderlands is freaking killer when you play alone. And we know a lot of people, they just want to do their own thing and don't want anybody else messing with them. And Borderlands 4 is an awesome solo game. But if you like co-op, it is best in class co-op by far. We have revamped the lobby system, so it's easier than ever to connect.
Borderlands is always more
easier
fun
than
with
ever
friends,
to get
honestly.
into a cooperative game. And it's drop
Not
in
even a
and drop
question.
out anytime you want. None of this play for 3 hours and then you can start co-op. No, just get in from the get, and people can drop in and drop out. And oh, here's a cool one. massive world, right? No load times. There's no like dog legs or anything like binding people together. What happens if like I go running off 1,000,000 miles in one direction, my buddy goes off running? You can do that. You can do that. We don't care. Have at it. Have fun. Oh, but I want to get together again. Instant team fast travel. I can fast travel to any of my friends instantaneously, no matter where they are. It's cool. It's freaking cool. And no load times there either. It's just get into it. And look, here's the thing for me, you know, like I'm in the game. We're all working our asses off. And the game's gonna launch and we're gonna be like working on patches and, you know, future downloadable content. And my wife's gonna be playing and she's gonna be like level 20 by the time I even like, okay, can I play with you? Dynamic level scaling. My level 1 chump can jump in her game, and the game will handle it. Even if I want to be on hard and she's, you know, on harder because she's a better gamer than me, it's cool. And also instance loot. So when the loot drops, there's loot for me and there's loot for her, and everybody's cool. And that's just like the beginning of our commitment to best-in-class co-op. We're leading the charge there. Other game developers, like, do it, man. I love your games too, but frick, man, why are you promising co-op and then gimping out? Like, give it to us. You can do it.
And crossplay.
Well, that's it for our Q&A.
You know, here's the thing, you guys. I'm looking at the clock. I want to give some stuff away. Do you mind if we switch modes for a minute? Okay. Cool. I'm going to take over. Okay, so here's the thing. So I know you guys sometimes like when I do a magic trick. I'm not saying there won't be any magic, but because it might be. But you have to absolutely be convinced that this is fair, because I'm going to give something away, but I can't give something away to everybody. So, is there anybody today who it's their birthday? Anybody got a birthday like literally today that you would be able to prove it? If you have a birthday today, come on up here. Come on and join me right
One of my
here.
friends actually has his birthday today. Too bad, but I don't think he's in
we'll
America
check
right
your
now.
driver's license or something, so don't lie. If it's your birthday, come here. Because holy crap, you're spending your birthday with us. That's amazing. That's amazing. So let's get some birthday. There's some lines here on the floor right here. See these lines on the floor? Stand there. Face me though. Stand on the line. On the line, yeah, and face me. Everybody how many birthdays do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's about right for a crowd this size. That's what we expect. Thank you guys. Congratulations for having a birthday today, because one of you is going to get something cool. We don't know which one yet. We got to figure it out. Okay, so starting at the end, Wilder's got a microphone. What's your name?
My name is Andres.
This is Andres, everybody. Hello. Andres, what do you do for a living?
I'm an engineer.
An engineer. All right. Making the world more convenient, easier to use the world. That's cool. All right, Andres. I think we respect engineers, right? All right, cool. All right, pass the mic. What's your name?
Trevor.
Trevor, what do you do, Trevor?
Also an engineer. Do a lot of
You're going to split the vote. Pass the mic down. What's your name?
I'm Elle.
Elle, what do you do, Elle?
I'm a writer and editor for a pretty popular YouTube channel.
Oh, making content for us. That's cool. I dig that. Pass the mic down. What's your name?
Okay.
I'm Chad.
Chad, what do you do?
I work at Progressive. I handle all your auto repairs.
Auto insurance. All right. What's your name?
I'm Neil.
Neil. What do you do, Neil?
I'm a technician and I help fix things, yeah.
Fixes things technician. All right, one more. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Rich.
Hi, Rich. What do you do?
I work in banking.
Okay, it's up to you guys. All right.
That was a joke in the making,
Engineer
but I guess not.
Engineer number 2. Streamer, creator, content person for YouTube, doing YouTube stuff. Okay. Insurance. Technician. And banker. Dude, I think our insurance guy is the guy.
Wait, really? That's how he was choosing?
Will's gonna take you backstage. The rest of you hang out because I got something for you guys too. But so like maybe hang out over here. Yeah, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a game. If you guys can just hang out over here, maybe somebody can. Yeah, you can watch. We're gonna give something away. We're gonna need a random number. Can we get our loot chests out? We're gonna open a loot chest. Let's get our loot. Come on out, loot chests. We're gonna get our loot chests out, and we're gonna open a loot chest. And we're gonna win a prize here. Now it could be any one of these loot chests, and you're gonna see that there's 100 loot chests that we're bringing on stage. We don't know which one we're gonna get. We're gonna get a random loot chest. And first of all, we're convinced that this was a random choice. You guys picked who's on stage. We now have to be convinced that we're gonna pick a random loot chest. So our friend who's gonna join me on stage is gonna open, well, we're gonna see what's in one of these loot chests. I'm gonna use you guys to help me figure out which one of these loot chests are gonna open. Why don't, okay.
What is this?
We're gonna do it
Madness.
again, and one of them is gonna start with a number. Okay, so whoever we end up picking is gonna give us our number. We got numbers from 1 to 100. So do you guys want one of our engineers? Our YouTube content person? Okay. Our technician? Or our banker? All right, let's start with our YouTube. I need a number between 1 and 100. Actually, you know what? We'll do both the banker and give me the first digit. What's the first digit? We're gonna 2. And what's the second digit, banker? 9. 29. Is there anyone in this room that doesn't believe that that was a randomly selected fair number? Is there any skeptic that isn't absolutely convinced that 29 is a random? I saw a hand go up over there. I saw that hand. Stand up, skeptic. Stand up back there. You don't believe that 29's random? You think that was a setup? You think they're stooges? You think they're in on this with us? Okay, you know what?
What?
Give me some other number, and we're gonna just give me some other number. 8. Should we? And who? There was another U. Are we gonna add 8 or subtract 8? I think you gotta put a 1 in front of that 8. Okay, 1 in front of the 8. Now it's 18. And the other person, are we gonna add 18 or subtract 18? Subtract 18. What was the number we had over here? 29, and we're going to subtract 18. That leaves us with 11. It's a really low number, but we got it up where it's right over here. Does anyone believe that number is not random? That number is freaking random. How random is that? Okay, we're going to go with 11. Where's our friend? Where's our friend? Who's our contestant? Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Yeah, don't run. Don't run. Hi, you did it. You're about to win something. There is loot.
So far, I'm still wondering what the hell is happening.
The audience has chosen for you. We're opening chest number 11. Okay. Before we change it, before we do it, are you confident that that's a random number, or would you like it to be made different somehow?
Oh, it sounded random from back then.
Okay, because it sounded random. We're all convinced, right? We're gonna go to number 11. Okay. Are you ready? Let's see what you get. You guys are keeping this honest?
Yeah.
We're going to see what number 11 is. Let's see here. This is really cool. This is a Stay Cool custom shirt that has been customized by the artists of the Borderlands 4 team. It has been this is really cool. A custom shirt. Do we have it? Can we get it from backstage? We're gonna give him his gift. This is one of one. This is a really cool. Look at, Stay Cool. Here, hold that up. Show everybody. And all the art on there was drawn on. Yes, that's awesome. Now I know what you're wondering. You're wondering what could I have won? What would all the other prizes be? Do you guys want to see what the other ones could have been? Go ahead. Let's turn them all around. Around.
Wait, why would you?
What could you have won?
What? No way.
Bro. They're all Borderlands 4. You could have won months early a copy of Borderlands 4.
Wait, what? Okay,
this is better,
that was the magic trick, wasn't it?
This is better. Wait a minute. What's this? There's something on here. Here, can you hold this up? hold this up. Can we get the lights out here? Can we get the flash? Yeah. Can you guys see that? There's something really faint on there. Let me see. I think these are UV light. Oh, look, that looks like some code.
Why would you show it to everybody?
Is that a shift code?
Oh, okay, it's for everybody then. It is for everybody.
Whatever that is for everyone in the room.
Yeah.
And for you. And you wear this, anyone who can see that, and this glows bright as day outside when you're in the sunlight.
Wait, did it not
The sun has UV. So take a picture of that, write it down. This is the best shift code we've ever given out, you guys. So everybody grab it. This is like 75 golden keys in every single game.
Okay.
I think there's like 25. Is it right?
I'm gonna write it down and give it to everybody on the Discord.
Yeah, 75 golden keys and diamond keys.
Nice.
There's like 25 diamond keys. This is insane, you guys. So everybody in the room gets the best and
that's cool.
So congratulations. Happy
And it was
birthday.
an
and I got
interesting
one more
magic
thing for
trick.
you that we're gonna send you if you give us your and every one of you that has a birthday, we're gonna give you a collector's edition of Borderlands 4.
Nice.
When it comes out.
Even though we don't even know what the collector's edition is.
Will, can you get all of their contact information? Get all of their happy birthday to you guys. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Yes. And by the way, that was sort of a foreshadow. And thank you to our helpers here with the loot chests.
Yeah, let me copy that
This is
too.
a foreshadow of something we're gonna do it. We're gonna have a shirt or a hoodie or something that anyone can buy that'll show up on our store, and it'll have a shift code on it, so that everyone can kind of be like when I'm sharing the shift codes with people. You're walking down the street, somebody goes, "I know what that is," and they'll get the loot that you're gonna give them from your shirt. So that'll be out later. So awesome, you guys. Now we do have some time left, and there's some.
We did.
And there were some questions from the world. So we're gonna do the hard questions now.
Plus.
Noel.
Where are the questions
Waiting
at?
for those to come.
Noel? They're coming.
Here they
They're
come.
coming.
Hey, there we are.
Questions. And Noel.
All right.
Did any of you guys, there were some people pulling questions from the line out there. Some of you guys, okay, we'll see.
Hopefully we can get to them. Let's fly through these.
Okay, we'll
It
fly.
was such a weird magic trick, but honestly, it's a cool gift that he gave that guy. And everybody.
To be announced in a later date.
Randy, we want to know more about the end game.
Yes.
We'll say more very soon.
Listen, we're going to talk more about Endgame soon, but and in fact, some of us are going on a press tour, and we're going to be showing some of that stuff. And we have an event coming up in June that we're affectionately calling our BFF event, and we're going to be kind of getting into some of that too. So, and we'll broadcast it, but there's also going to be people live, and some of your favorite streamers will be streaming from the event, so that'll be good. And that's coming up in June.
Of course they will.
Grant, do
But not
overworld
me.
enemies respawn
I won't be
save
there.
quitting?
Yes, overworld enemies do respawn, just like in previous games. It's on a timer. There will be a machine to respawn bosses and mini-bosses, though, based off how fast the player kills them.
Yeah, there's like a literal machine you could use to just make the boss
Respawn.
so that you can
Damn.
again if you want to get
Interesting.
that dedicated loot drop.
Nick, will badass guardian rank make a return?
Yeah, there is an endgame specialization system that it's going to be very similar to the badass system in the past games, but it's actually going to have meaningful choices. It won't just be like put points into this, that, and the other thing to get like a flat bonus. There will actually be behaviors, and you will have to make some hard choices.
Nice. Finally, that's way better.
A lot of Endgame.
Randy, I got a tough one for you here.
Oh, you got a spicy one for me?
I don't know the answer. I don't know.
Why
if
is
you
it
do.
always me that has to do the spicy ones? All right.
What will the game's price be? That's an interesting one. I don't know this.
Really now?
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
I'll tell you the truth. I don't know. And that is the truth. I'll hit it. I'll hit it straight on. And
Yeah.
it's an interesting time, right? We've got
Yes.
the on one level. We've got a competitive marketplace where people want to, or the people that make those choices want to sell as many units as possible. We want to be careful about people that are price sensitive. So there's some folks that don't want to see prices go up, even the ones deciding what the prices are. There's other folks accepting the reality that game budgets are increasing and there's tariffs for the retail packaging, and like it's getting gnarly out there, you guys. Borderlands 4 has more than twice the development budget than Borderlands 3. More than twice. So the truth is, I don't know what the price is going to be. I do know that we will be opening pre-orders soon, TM, and that will be when the price is set. I think that Borderlands 4, here's the philosophy we have. Whatever the price is, we're entertainers. Yes, we want to get more resources so we can make bigger and better games. There's a reason why Borderlands 4 is so awesome. It's because you guys showed up and supported Borderlands 3. And we had the budget, so we could more than double the budget and feel confident in that. And that's awesome. When the revenue comes in, we can spend it to make bigger games and better games. As artists, we want everybody to have it. You know, we want to make it as easy as possible for everybody to enjoy what we're creating. So it's a weird thing, but the fundamental philosophy is we want people to buy it so we have the resources to make more, but we want everyone who buys and plays a Gearbox game to feel certain that they got the better end of the bargain. Whatever the price is, that they got the best value. And that's the philosophy that we live by. And so we're going to have a price set soon, and it might be the new price that like Nintendo and Microsoft have led with. It might be that we stay back. It's going to be the people at the publishing house that decide that. And if it is cheaper, then maybe we'll sell you that mini map that you guys want, and we'll develop later. How bad do you want that? $10? I don't know. I'm just kidding. Or am I? I'm just kidding. Or am I?
They actually were there.
Or am I?
It would work with the Borderlands spirits.
We'll know soon. Yeah. I think it's going to be fine, whatever it ends up being. I think it's going to be amazing, whatever it is. Borderlands is fucking amazing, and it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah.
We haven't got kicked off stage yet. I'm just going to keep going until they
we can go until you guys leave or they kick us out. There's nobody on after us, so, Yeah.
April, what is Ordinite used for?
Ordinite.
Yeah, what is Ordinite?
Ordinite is sort of like the sister element to Iridium. And so it has an opposite effect. Ordinite is used for a lot of different things in the game that we don't want to quite talk about yet, but I will tell you this, it is not a currency. So it is not a currency, I promise.
Yeah.
But it will explode shit in some
One of
ways.
the goals when we were in the room, and I think I'm the one that actually named it, because I'm like, how cute is that? The Ordinite. The idea is that the Borderlands universe is much bigger than anyone thought. It's bigger than just the Iridians, and Ordinite is a part of that new larger puzzle that you didn't even know you were looking at. And we're excited to start peeling back those layers for everyone.
Yeah. Nick, what will split screen look like, and how does it work?
Yeah, I mean, it's split screen. It's
Is it hot dog or hamburger?
What did you say? Hot dog, hamburger?
Hot dog or hamburger style?
It's the.
That's
horizontal for the uninitiated.
It's horizontal.
But couch co-op out of the gate, or remote co-op, or couch plus remote. Like however you want to do it. Who does that anymore? We do that, MFers. We do that.
And Grant, what will the rarity levels be?
Ooh, rarity levels will go from common to legendary.
Thanks, Grant.
There's your
nailed
there's
it.
There's your gray. There's your green. There's your blue.
I don't like how you're saying
there's
that, by the
your
way.
Purple.
And then there's more.
There's your orange. There's your
Hold on.
Troll.
Randy.
I'm such a troll.
Last one I'll ask here. After collecting vault key fragments, can you repeat the same vault over and over again?
Yes, you can.
Rerun your vaults.
Yes, rerun your vaults.
Awesome.
There's spectacular loot hidden behind.
You do have to start the entire game over. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know you should never
that's it
expect the
for
players to
us.
play a game
You got
multiple
the
times.
questions?
I did.
It's a
I did. We
negative
got
in the
through it all,
industry.
Yeah. Oh, you were standing there?
I'm like, come on, we got to wrap it up. Let's go. Give a round of applause to everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
It was entertaining.
Thank you so much.
Nothing else.
I really appreciate it.
And we got the shit cold at least.
All right, you all. Thank you. So, as Randy mentioned, we are hitting the road. Like, literally, Pitchford and Reiner and I are leaving this afternoon, going around the world on a trip. But we're coming to a place near you. In June, on June 21st, we've got the Borderlands Fan Fest event, and that's... Hi. Okay. We've got the Borderlands Fan Fest event on June 21st. We're going to be going to Billy World, and that'll be coming up in July.
Gamescom.
In
I
August,
see.
we're going to be at Gamescom. We're also going to be at PAX West if you're in Seattle. And in October, we're going to be heading to PAX Australia. So I'm looking forward to that. But if you're here, where you're going is up to the Q Hall to get that poster signed. We're going to be hanging out up there doing autographs. So please come say hi to us, and we'd love to say hi to you. And we're going to do one more run of a trailer. All right, thanks you all. Let's hit the trailer.
Yes! Show us more! God damn it! Finally! It's the same trailer we've seen already.
What use is a killer? A brute. A rule-breaking, loot-taking, running and gunning natural disaster. You are, in a word, mayhem. I take that personally.
I love the music they always choose for these trailers. Surprised they didn't even show people the skins.
Be advised, a citywide curfew has been enacted. Violators will be shot on sight.
Yeah. At least it's a certitude of who I'm going with, Siren. But it's fascinating. It's the first time that there's no hesitation for me. There's just one Vault Hunter that I know I'm gonna play. In this one, in all the others, I've always had some hesitation, but here it seems she has everything I want and more. If I ever feel like changing styles, in a sense. So let's check out the shrift thing. Please read the agreement and to continue. I guess they changed the agreement. But I'm not gonna read this wall of text. God damn, how long was that? I want to keep using it. There's a second agreement? Okay. Let me just make sure I'm not showing anything private. Rewards, was it? There we go. I think we found it. But yeah, there wasn't much extra information in this stream, which lasted an hour. Actually, if I remember well, I can even say what we got. So we found out that the Timekeeper has kept that place under wraps for thousands of years. So he's either immortal or from a well, almost immortal race of some sorts. Weather system we already knew. We got a bit more information on how the gear works, but basically they didn't confirm it. But the fact that they didn't confirm it, and the fact that you can't customize your weapons, tells me that it's gonna be random, which is quite annoying. And then you fall into the whole, oh, you're grinding for the perfect gun slash gear like you do in a lot of gacha games where you can't control your sub stats whatsoever. And in most of them, you can't control even your main stats. So it's literally rolling a dice over and over, hoping to get the best thing each time. That's not how a game should be, but who knows? Maybe they didn't. Maybe there's a little secret they didn't tell us about when it comes to that. Don't know if Randy was fucking with us, but would be cool if there's an extra tier above legendary for this one. Maybe this new race. So not the Iridiums, but the other ones who would be, I guess, on equal footing of technology as the Iridians, have some weapons we can find in the end game is what I'm hoping for. What else did we get that was new here? Oh, I guess they did show us Vex's third ability like properly. We already saw it in the last trailer. If you were someone who observes well enough, you'd have seen that you could see the like Ripper version of herself flying around, trying to kill things. But yeah, it's basically a shadow clone special. Surprised and disappointed that we didn't get the other action skills, as in for the other players. Well, we've seen what, 2 of them for I don't even remember his name, but the guy with the exosuit. Of course, you had seen one for the others, technically. Maybe even 2 for the forge guy, the one who can forge weapons. I think one of his specials is a sort of whip that you see in the trailer, but nothing confirmed. So yeah, for entertainment's sake and as a Borderlands fan, I can understand people wanting to watch the stream, but otherwise, if you're new to Borderlands universe, nah, you don't really need to watch it. There was nothing new. If you watched the state of play, which was what, 21 minutes long, then you have all the information pretty much that we got in here, which is annoying. Wait. Oh no, that's leaks. We'll look at that. But that's for something else. That's not Borderlands stuff. I should look at that in my own time. Yeah, the state of play was what? 18. It was 18, well, 19 minutes, then plus the trailer at the end, so like 21 minutes. But yeah. Yeah, you didn't get much more here, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm not even sure why it says Xbox Live. Oh yeah, it's true, you need change here. But here's one thing, maybe not many people know about this, but when you do use one message hidden for likely spam, show. No idea what that was. Why is it considered spam? Well, we'll check on that later. But yeah, when it comes to shrift codes, you can actually use them on every platform. So if you have the game on multiple platforms, you can use it on every platform. It's true that it didn't say this, but I hope there is cross-save, because Borderlands is a game I was playing on PC and on the Nintendo Switch, and I had to restart the game in some cases. Borderlands 2 I had to restart, Borderlands 3 I had to restart, pre-sequel I had to restart, and I had already played through the games multiple times. So it was fun playing with the crew, but cross-save would be cool, especially when the difficulty can be personalized to each player. But yeah, honestly, I think I'm getting it on Steam, because I remember on Steam you can yeah, you can see everything I've been getting over the years. But yeah, on Steam you can use your PS5 controller with gyro, which you can't do on Epic unless you launch it through Steam, and it's annoying. I have Borderlands 3 on Epic. We're not doing that again. Nintendo, well, I don't even know when the game is coming out on Nintendo, so. And the Nintendo Switch 2, I don't have a pre-order. Not sure I'm gonna buy it, honestly. Don't currently have the money for that. So yeah, Steam, but you can get your rewards for all the consoles anyways. So let's check. Let's see if it works already. Not a valid shrift code. Let me double check against the image then. If I made a spelling mistake somehow. No, maybe it's not yet available then. Because the next one I'm gonna write it out this time. S3 X S3. Not a valid shift code. It's not working. Maybe it's not available yet. Try on another console. Yeah, no, not working. That's too bad. So I want to be able to, I wanted to show on stream if it worked, like what the rewards are going to be. Let's try all of them, might as well. But I'm guessing maybe it's going to be like a few minutes or an hour before it's actually available. Wait, did I not write all of them down? Seems like it. But this one still not working. And the last one that seems I didn't write down before. BTJ. Yeah, no. We'll have to wait for that, unfortunately. It's true, I do have Tiny Tina's Wonderland on Steam, so I will be playing that soon. Want to play through it before the next Borderlands comes out. Yeah. Never installed it, never played it, but it looked like one of the best, because Tiny Tina is like one of my favorite characters. Or maybe she is pretty much my favorite character in Borderlands. Goddamn. Love that crazy little thing. But yeah. We'll definitely play it before Borderlands 4 comes out. In the next month, the game I'm probably gonna, well, I should say, for June. So end of May into June, and I guess a bit beyond that, the next game we'll be playing will be Elden Ring, Night Rain, in case anyone's wondering. I should write that down here. And I will check on why someone's message came up as spam on my Discord. I don't recognize that name. Again, everyone's been changing their names around.
Alright, what's going on, guys?
That I'll check myself later. It's not Borderlands. Yeah, they didn't show us more. It's missed opportunity. Like I said, it was cool. I guess they did the event for the fans so that they could, give something to the fans who can make it there. But yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't anything incredible. Essentially, people could pass on this and they wouldn't be missing out on anything really. A few extra details here and there, but nothing insane. Yeah. Okay. Well, with that, I'll be off, I guess. Tempted to see this, but I doubt. Don't care. There's a director interview. I mean, it's not Borderlands, Yeah. So we'll be done. Why would anyone have any questions? Well, I guess for maybe the things that I had read on the website, because like they presented characters in a bit more detail than they did in the last presentation in the overview. But I read that on the website. That information was available on the website, and it wasn't a long text at all. Or except the scientist being from the Tron family. Goddamn. We'll never have guest shows from that family. Technically, she shouldn't be too happy about Voltantes in that case, though. Pretty sure we fucked up both the brothers. Yeah. Yeah, I'm too tempted, but I guess I'll do that on Twitch. At least on Twitch, I can just change the stream title. I'll be back. I'll definitely go into Laws of the Fallen, go and give it one last try tonight. And if I still if it still feels off, I will try and get my money back. But okay, that's all for Borderlands 4. I guess we should wait. We have to wait until June, like 11th, for the next piece of information. And I mean, the game is coming out at the end of the year, September. So you don't have to worry about that, do you? As in, no need to go fussing about leaks and things like that. I don't know why Night Rain has been so weird about giving the information out when the game is coming out in less than a month. Like, goddamn, people. Borderlands. Just checking if I got that date right. Maybe it's still... Yeah, oh no, it's actually end of June even. The Borderlands Fan Fest, downtown LA, is happening on June 21st. So that's the next time. Unless you're someone who's going to go looking for leaks, that's the next time we'll get more information on Borderlands. Yeah. Once again, I am shocked that it did not show the this. I'm shocked they didn't show it. Like, why not show it? Why did they not show the skins? Or talk about the fact that you can customize your body type even with your character. Like, there's more customization than there's ever been in any other Borderlands game. And yet, they did not even mention it. They could have shown it. Hey, I'm not on their team like so many others. I have no idea how some of these marketing people go about deciding what's going to be shown and what's not going to be shown. In the question of Night Rain, it feels like bullshit, but for Borderlands, they've shown a lot for a game that's, what, coming out in September. So it's not even finished. Like, they haven't finished building the game yet. So, yeah. Okay, with that, I'll be off. If you want to see more of me, don't forget to like and subscribe. You see me a bit later, we'll come back for some Lords of the Fallen. Probably not gonna be like a full 5-hour stream like I've been doing recently. But yeah, gonna go in there, give it some more of my time, my best shot, and then give it a conclusion if I'm gonna continue it or not. Okay, thanks for watching. See ya later. If you're around.